Mumbai is the most interesting team I found in the IPL 2022 auction. They came in with a unidirectional strategy. They needed two players, as simple as that. They needed two players, Ishan Kishan and Jofra Archer. They were flexible with everybody else. They needed two players, Ishan Kishan and Jofra Archer. And mind you, I don't feel MI spent 15, 16 CR on Ishan Kishan because of his
Is a
wicket keeping or his batting skills. It's
okay.
not 15, 16 CR for his wicket keeping or batting skills. They are
Okay.
seeing Ishan Kishan as their next leader after Rohit Sharma.
Oh,
So
I see.
that's
Yeah,
that's
makes
that's
sense.
my that's
Makes
that's
sense.
that's my gut feel about it, because you could have got someone like a Nicholas Puran at 11 CR. You
Mm-hmm.
had like more than decent enough wicket keepers. You have QDK at 6.5 CR, 7 CR, who has played previously for South Africa for MI.
Am I?
So if they would have wanted actually to go for somebody who is a decent wicketkeeper bat, they could have gone for
Mm-hmm.
cheaper, more decent options. But they have gone for Asian Kishan, and I feel that they are looking at the next gen, breeding the next gen of leaders. So,
Fantastic. I mean, it never struck me. Yeah, you were right. This
that is
definitely
that
is why
is
they went.
so
Because
that is
they,
that
the
is.
only other time I think they went for over 10 crore,
Mhm.
or I think that was for Rohit Sharma for 15 crore.
Yeah, I would think that. I think in the middle phase there were a few others who also exceeded the 10 CR barrier, but you are right. They went all out that much when they were getting Rohit Sharma from DC in the 2011 auction. So
Yeah, I
it
mean
was
not
Deccan
not
Chargers
10
back
crore. I
then.
think 15 crore. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Deccan Chargers. It was Deccan Chargers back then. So Rohit played
Mm-hmm.
for Deccan Chargers till 2010. Just before
10.
the
Yeah.
2011 season, MI got him, and they went
Mm.
this all out for Rohit
Right.
Sharma.
Yeah.
Right. So I would say that now the okay. So I appreciate that strategy, that it's unidirectional. They had clarity regarding the thought process, but I am a bit iffy about as far as the squad makeup of MI is concerned. I
All right.
think
Then let
okay.
us
So
hop into that.
let's go to the
Uh,
squad makeup.
this
Right.
is
So this is a very standard opening combination. Rohit
yeah.
Sharma and Ishan
Table
Kishan.
Brevis is great. I mean, I don't know why no other team I mean, went ahead with
Right, right, right. I I
Brevis. I mean,
I saw him at the under 19 World Cup, and I feel Devold Brevis is one for the future. But again, the reason I think a lot of
mhm.
teams didn't go for him at the auction is because he is still untested commodity at the even South
I
African first class level.
all right.
So
Yeah, that is
he's yet
fair.
to
That is
play
fair.
South Africa. So basically, what happens is you see players like Prithvi Shaw. So
Hmm.
so he was an under 19 giant.
Yeah,
But what happens is the number of the consistency of bowling, the hard lengths or the international and the IPL level often gets struck on the under 19 players. But having said all of that, Dewald Brevis is somebody I have hopes from, and I would really look forward to MI giving him that consistent opportunity at number three, at the top of the order, and he can well become, if all everything goes all right, he can well become maybe 4 5 years ahead what AB de Villiers was to RCB.
RCP.
So
Okay, yeah.
right, right, right. So
Well,
I would
he
have
is the baby
Devil Devil
EBD.
Brevis. Yeah, yeah. Would have Devil Brevis at three.
All right. So next we have Surya Kumar Yadav at
Right,
4.
right. And
These are
then we
no
have
brand. Like this looks so much like the last time.
right. The problem starts then onwards.
Yeah.
See, the problem is you have your top. So, except Devil Brevis, you had the four players last year as well, right? You had Surya Kumar Yadav, you had Karen Pollard, you have Ishan Kishan, you had Rohit Sharma. The problem, I think, for MI this year is that they haven't got replacements for the Pandya brothers, and this is something that I mean, MI with their rich heritage, I'm sure somebody will come up as a replacement for Pandya. Pandyas, both Hardik and Krunal. But this is one thing I would say there is a gaping hole in the squad, because after Pollard, so you have Pollard
Hmm.
at five, then you have Tim David. Tim David is a has played very well in the CPL, has played very well in the PSL, but Tim David is yet to prove himself in the IPL. He
IPL,
has
yeah.
he played one match for RCB, didn't look very comfortable. Though one match is not a good basis to judge on, but didn't look
Judge,
very
yeah.
comfortable. So I would say Tim David at six. Then you have somebody like a Daniel
Daniel
Sam
Sims
at
at 7.
seven. Okay,
Oh.
but who will provide you the finishing kick? You still have to rely on somebody like a Surya Kumar Yadav, a Karan Pollard, who is coming in at 4-5. So the finishing kick is something I'm not very sure. The middle order has a bit of a soft underbelly for
Hmm.
MI. Daniel Sams, mind you, is a good will give you a good balance. He's a decent all rounder at
Hmm.
the T20 level. Then again comes the problem that
The
happens
batting
when you
side.
right. Uh, then again happens the problem what happens if you go when you because they went for Jofra Archer. Now
Okay.
this season the bowling looks very weak for MI, because typically what used to happen in the last seasons is they used to have a Trent Bolt to bowl in the power play.
Okay.
So they didn't need Bumrah to come in at the power play. They had Bumrah's overs at the slog
Hmm.
to defend against, to defend when the opposition was chasing. So now who are the ones they have to bowl in the power play? Daniel Sams, okay. Jaydev Unadkat, maybe. Basil Thampi, again not here and thereabouts. Uh, the pacer slot is something I think that MI is really missing out on. And what happens is then Bumrah needs to come in the power plays, and then you don't have a reliable slog overs to end on. So
You didn't.
I
You didn't pick. Interestingly, you didn't pick Archer.
right, because Archer is not available. Jofra Archer is not available for the
But I
2000.
think he might. Oh yeah, yeah. He's not available for this year. He's looking. There, yeah, yeah. That is true. That is true.
So right, so we may have a different
Anyway,
team
during the
here.
IPL, ashes happen and all those things. So Australian and
Ha,
English players are always.
And more importantly, you see, Jofra Archer. Okay, so I would be very happy if the bait works out for Bombay. But what
Mhm.
happens is Jofra Archer is so what he is undergoing elbow surgery for a fast bowler
That
of the
that
second.
to the his bowling arm.
Right, exactly.
That to
So
his
I'm not.
bowling arm.
Yeah. I'm not very sure of Archer's how strong he'll come back and those kinds of things going ahead. But it's a
Mhm.
huge risk. More importantly, there is one more gaping dot that I find here, that is the spin department.
Okay.
So Mayank Markande has been with MI in the past. He has performed well, but let's say he's still to make his mark consistently in the Syed Mushtaq Ali. Murugan Ashwin again has been there and thereabouts. They
Hmm.
do not have what happens is the bowling attack I feel is dependent a lot on Bumrah. uh, Daniel Sams is a good slog overs, is a decent slog overs bowler. If he comes up and bowls good on these Indian pitches, I then it would help Bumrah. But then the bowling attack is dependent a lot on Bumrah. I'm not
Once
very
again, go back to the entire squad,
right,
and yeah.
Right. So you have somebody like a Timal Mills. I'm not very sure. If you have to play Timal Mills, then you have to bench somebody like a Tim David, and the replacement for Tim David would be somebody like a Tilak Verma and Anmol Preet Singh. Those are decent domestic players, mind you, but those are you see again accumulators. So they would give you that
Yeah,
100 kind of a strike rate.
true.
Uh, not
Now the
very well.
finishing, yeah, the finishing
Right.
anyway looks skeptical for my mind.
But somebody has to play out of their skin if MI has to reach the playoff
The
stage this year.
playoffs this year, yeah.
Right.
All right, so from MI we will move to Bangalore